Heads up, before you get into the video, I'm going to say AirPods, earplugs. I'm referring to AirPods by Apple. AirPods, not earplugs, earpods, but AirPods. Thanks. Enjoy the video. What's going on? Today is Tuesday. That means it's Tech Tuesday. I am me. Today I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm going to talk about clone versus knockoff once again. I'm going to talk about how expensive technology is and how often technology comes out with something new that has you spend your money once again when you just spent $300 to $400 on something 3 months ago, and they come out and say we have something new. It's the same phone, camera, or whatever, but we just added this to it. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is the effing police. Yep, the effing police. So I have a slight cold, so I'm going to be drinking here and there. Went to Starbucks and got a medicine ball. They work pretty well and they're cheap. That's about the cheapest thing at Starbucks is the medicine ball. So anyway, I'm going to talk about clone versus knockoff. So what I decided to do is I'm going to buy a pair of knockoff earbuds, earpods. That's what they're called, earpods. And it's by a company called Knocker. I'm going to go ahead and put a photo up so you guys can check them out. And I'm also going to put a link to them. So I'm going to try those out. And my daughter has the original Apple earpods. Earpods. I can't even say it right. Earpods. They call it earpods. So, I'm going to order those today, and they should be here next week before Tuesday, so I can compare those to the real thing and compare them to mine, which is the knockoff. Second thing is how I want to just say it's Apple, because Apple comes out with a new phone once a year, and it's pretty much the same technology. They just might add a few more features to it, which I think they can do with updates on the phone. So now the new phones are $899, $999, and $1099. If you have the money, fine. I have an iPhone 7s, and it does everything I need for it to do. Unless you just want to be flashy with it, yes, I have the new iPhone 10. It has 3 eyeballs on the back, so it's supposed to take better photos. Unless you're a photographer, I don't see the reason on buying the phone at all. And like I said, I think they can just go ahead and just push the technology over the air when they do an update for your phone. I basically use my phone for maybe 5 things: phone calls, text, search the internet, take a picture here or there, and play a game. That's it. So I'm not the type of person where I store all my information in my phone. Like checking email. Well, I do check my emails. Well, like downloading files for work or putting work information in there, appointments and things like that. So for me, a phone, I can have a flip phone, tell the truth, and that'd be fine for me. But for other people, they just want the latest and greatest, and I think that's what it is. And Apple knows that. Oh, matter of fact, I have an Apple story. Excuse me, I'm sick. When I first met my wife, that first Christmas we spent together, iPhone had just came out, the original just iPhone. So I bought her that for Christmas, and I believe like that March she went to a funeral. And they asked her to stand up and read the obituary, and which she did. She set her phone down on the chair so she can read the obituary. And when she came back, the phone was gone. So this is way before Find My iPhone or anything like that. So she couldn't get it back. So after that incident, she went Android for a long time. I think she didn't go back to Apple until Apple 6. And I flip-flop. I go for price, you know. That's how I am. Like I said before, phone is a phone. All I need it for is phone calls, text, play a game, check emails, take a picture here or there. That's it, nothing else. So just be aware of what companies are trying to do. They want your money, you know. And another thing, if you see a star, when I say star, I mean like an artist, a music artist, a movie star. Of course, they're gonna have the latest and greatest because they can afford it, no problem. They might get it free, just to encourage you to go out and buy the phone. That's going to be a good topic. I'm going to talk about that. So last, I'm going to talk about the effing police. So this morning on my way to work, I got pulled over by the police. Now, mind you, we were going in opposite directions. He made a U-turn, and I was like, okay, he's going to pull me over. Now, I had to be at work at 5 a.m., so it's dark. So I knew he was going to pull me over. So when I got to the light, I made a right. And he was in the second lane, so he made a right along with me, and I just stopped. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop. So I stopped, and he stopped. He didn't do anything, and I stayed there for about 10 seconds. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go. So I drove off, put my blinker on. I moved to 3 lanes over, and then he got behind me, and then he put the lights on. So I had to move 3 lanes back, you know, and he pulled me over. I stopped. Man, it's cold, kicking my butt. So when he came to the car, first thing he said was roll down all 4 of your windows. Okay. So I rolled down all 4 of my windows, and he says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to work. And I asked, you know, why you put me over? He said, where you were speeding and you don't have the current tags on your car. I'm okay, the current tags are in my glove compartment. I'm driving this vehicle because my other car was hit, so it's at home. I'm unable to drive it. So he said, and plus there's been a large amount of Grand Theft Autos in the area. Cars being stolen. Okay, fine. So I said, well, I have my registration in the glove compartment. Do you need it? He said, no, dispatcher just came back and said that everything's good. I said, okay, cool. That's what I thought. And so he said, what do you do? And I asked, I said, what does that have to do with you pulling me over? You know, you pulled me over because you said I was speeding and that there's been some car theft in the neighborhood. This car's not stolen, so either you're going to give me a ticket for speeding or you're going to let me go. And he said, yeah, you're right. I said, cool. He said, only reason I asked is because I see a belt and a chain in the back seat. So I have a chain with keys on it so I can hook them to my belt buckle. That's what the chain was. Not like a chain where you're going to beat somebody with, but just a chain to put keys on. And in my belt. Now, when I get in my car, I don't wear my belt because I don't want to mess up my interior of my car. So it was in the back seat. And I said, yeah, that's for work, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would you ask me, why do I have a belt and a chain in the back? A belt is for me to wear, and if you can see, there's keys on the chain. He said, okay. And he said, well, you can go now. And I said, okay, thank you. And then he asked, are we good? I'm like, oh, okay, man, I just got to get to work, dude. That's it. And he let me go. Now, I say all this to say this. I'm sorry, I say all that to say this. We need police officers, without a doubt. Police officers need to know, they need to know how to do their job without, how can I say this? They need to know how to do their job. What he could have did is pull me over, said you were speeding. There's been a lot of car thefts in the neighborhood. I'm just checking you out. Do you have your license and registration? He didn't need to know where I was going or where I work or anything. So just be cautious of police out there. And I'm going to end this video. It's a little long. I didn't want it to be this long, but it's a little long. So look out for next week. I'm going to order these knockoff AirPods. And I'm going to compare them to my daughter's Apple AirPods. And then also just remember that you don't have to have the latest and greatest phone. Don't go bankrupt in debt to buy a phone. You know, I just got this iPhone 7 maybe 6-7 months ago, and I paid $149 for it. When it first came out, it was what, $599 or something like that. So you don't need the latest and greatest. Okay, excuse me. You wouldn't think I'm sick because I'm just talking and talking, but I'm going to end the video. So look out tomorrow, which is going to be Vehicle Wednesdays, and I don't know what I'm gonna talk about yet, but be on the lookout for that. And remember, I'm in a competition with my wife, so please subscribe. I think I have like 5 followers now, and I thank you all for following me or subscribing to the channel. Anyway, I'm starting to get hoarse. I'll see you guys later. Hit the bell, subscribe, like, comment, everything else. I am me, and I'll see you all later. Peace.